Hello, hello. Yes, here I am, finally. Hello, created by Jones. Well, we're gonna see. Good so far. Hopefully you guys will be engaged in this conversation and my guest will join soon. I did just let him know I was about to get on, so let me see. I do not see him yet though. And apparently something's going on outside. I hope nobody's house is on fire, like my neighbor. That would be pretty bad. Okay, I'm just kind of trying to wait to see if he joins before I get into it. Okay, we are not talking politics tonight, so if you want to know the answer to that question, check my profile, Donovan Lumpkin. Okay, anyway, good evening and welcome to the Becky Brown Girl Show. I'm your host, Becky Brown Girl, and tonight we are talking truth, transparency, and lies. So I know I've mentioned before that one of my biggest pet peeves is people who do not tell the truth, aka liars. However, the more I really kind of thought about it, I was like, we kind of be telling lies on a regular basis. And so it's easy to say that you're not, that you don't like people who lie, right? But we all do it at some point. But there's levels to it, right? And something had happened to me recently that kind of inspired this conversation, which I'm going to get into once I add my guest. But, it's easy to say, and very cliche and trite to say, that honesty is the best policy. But I can think of some instances where that might not be the case. So, anywho, we're going to go a little bit deeper into lying, honesty, and kind of how we use lies and the truth to our advantage, or in different relationships in our lives and things like that. So let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and send him a request because I don't see him yet. I'm gonna go ahead and add my guest. His name is Wayne, and he is co-host of the Riding Out All Day podcast, streaming everywhere that you find your podcast. So again, let me go ahead and add him. Okay, why don't I see him? Maybe I'm misspelling his name. Hold on. All right, is he on here? Now, come on, man. He was killing me. I don't see him. So, y'all tell me what you think about lying and telling the truth in the meantime while I try to figure out where the hell he is. Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. And he'll be on in a second. Any second. Oh, come on now. Oh, okay. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I can't get any more light on your face, can I? Or are you gonna be mysterious in the dark?
It look dark. I'm light skinned.
I know you light skin, but so that don't mean I can't get some more. You know what? It'll probably look different on the playback. It's fine.
Okay.
If you're trying to be, on your mystery ish, that's cool. So, I did do your introduction, but if you want to add anything more, I let them know where they can find you.
Okay.
At Riding Out All Day,
Yeah.
on
Absolutely.
IG, and
I went on the Becky Brown Girl podcast. Philly girl, uptown, Mount Airy. You know.
Big facts. I forgot that part. Rep in Philly.
She might be my wife.
Okay. But we talk about that later. Um, Stop it, Wes. Anyway, okay. So anyway, yes. So
Hey, Wes.
is there anything else
Hey,
that you
Wes.
want? Go ahead.
Wait. Yeah, one more thing. Wes, she's gorgeous. That's why I'm smiling at her like that. Yes, sir.
Oh, you.
She's, she's gorgeous, Wes. I wouldn't expect you to expect me to not smile at a gorgeous woman like this, but we can proceed.
Well, thank you.
Like the
Um,
Roots in
which
'93.
say?
I said like the Roots in 1993.
And continue to rock the mic. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Anywho, so my friend here and I were chatting about scenarios where people are more inclined to be honest and authentically themselves versus when we might tend to lie. And we lie a lot, a lot more than I really um realized until I sat and thought about it. So there's levels. Like I said
Okay,
before you got here, I'm not. It's the blush on my face. Anyway, shut up, Wes. Um, but there's so for me, I'm more inclined to consider somebody a liar when they say, like, tell me something really egregious and I know it's not
okay,
true. Like when I feel like you're playing in my face. Um, like when you like when I feel like you're insulting my intelligence and I
okay,
know better.
okay,
Um, for example, so the other day I needed to put air in my tire. I was on my way to like a work event, right?
okay,
And so now I'm in my, more dressy professional attire, and I was about to get out of my car. I hadn't even got out my car yet, and this other guy wanted to come and put air in his truck tire, but I was there first, so I was like, all right, like hold on. So I get out, and he comes like, oh, can I help you? So he's chit chatting, whatever. Seemed like a very nice, chivalrous man, right? Um, he was a fireman or EMT or something. He gave me his number, and I can't remember if it was before then or after because he called me right away while I was on my drive and was talking about how he's single, yada 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 yada, right? Okay, like he seemed nice, but I didn't really care either way. I could have put the air in my tire myself. Like I didn't ask him
okay,
to do that, right?
okay,
I didn't push
okay,
up on him, right? Um, So, how when you add a new phone number, like in your contacts, and then on social media, you might see the person's profile pop up if it's not somebody you're already connected to? Well, of course, I happen to come across his profile. And again, I really could care less either way. He seemed nice enough, right? But I start, doing some investigating to find out that he's married. Well, why? Why did you lie? Why? I didn't even care. Like you're volunteering lies I didn't ask because I didn't care enough. Now you're blocked. But what's the point, right? No, you
okay.
have no comment.
Well, I mean, I can't speak to that because I've never been married, so I never had to lie about being married. But I guess I understand why, to a certain extent, why men that are married do tell lies because they're probably sick of their wives, in a sense. I feel like I don't want to get married because I don't want to be sick of my wife, or I feel like I don't want to get married to a woman that I'm going to be sick of. But like, people get married for all the wrong reasons. And I'll say this.
Mhm.
I, it's been very rare, but I fuck with two women that have been married and they've been sick of their husbands. So I guess I can understand it from the aspect of the men that are sick of their wives, and I understand why they lie. Although I feel like there's no reason to lie about it because I feel like you need to give everybody the option to tell you if they want to fuck with it or
Exactly.
not. I get you. I get you. I
Like,
get you.
because obviously, there are women who will deal with a man who's married, so it ain't like it don't happen every day. My thing is, you don't take away somebody's choice, though. You let them know, right? Because some women respect the fact that even though it's wrong, right? But some women respect the fact that you were honest enough to admit it rather than to concoct the whole story. And that's not the first time that that's happened. So I have like the utmost disdain for a man who will,
Wait, say that
who
word.
is
Say
married
that.
and will
Say
lie
that.
about
Say
it.
that. Say that. Wait, say that word one more time. The utmost what?
Oh, is this going to be the new trending
Listen,
word on social
listen,
media?
listen. Because
Disdain.
they're talking about demure, but I feel like we need to replace demure with what's that word?
Disdain. Disdain.
Disdain.
Disgust.
Disdain.
Okay?
Disgust. Yeah,
That
I
to
feel you.
me is egregious lying. And I
Okay.
do not respect it.
Okay.
However, that's an extreme circumstance, right? I feel like there's, a wide, now I'm on my like Trump hands. There's a wide gap between that and, a little white lie you might tell your kids or your friends or like, let's say they invite you somewhere you don't feel like going. Now, if it's your close friend, you shouldn't have to lie about it. But like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just easier to be like, whatever. I don't feel well. Like, whatever the case, it's not a lie. It's just, it's stretching the
So wait.
truth.
So wait. Time out. You said it's not a lie, but I feel like all lies are created equal. No matter how major they get you out of a situation or how light they get you out of a situation. Are we like giving lies like levels here?
Yes, yes. So I do want to talk about the level of lying. So,
Okay.
like, what would you
Okay.
consider an example of, like, a white lie you might tell somebody, or not
So I
you, but
so,
people?
I say this. I feel like lie is like the equivalent of balance. So remember you were a child, 5, 6 years old, and you might have done something that wasn't, and you didn't even realize that what you done was what you done. And your mom said, like, did you like? Give me an example. Did you knock over the ironing board? And you said no. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't like you understood it was a lie, but you understood instinctually that it was something that was going to get you out of trouble. So you did what
right. Even
you did.
though your parent probably didn't believe you, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly, but it was a lie. So I always look at lying like, because I think about it from a standpoint of like, it was something that instinctually you understand it was like a protection. So you, even though you didn't understand the severity of it at 5, 6 years old, you still did it. So at the end of the day, like, what can we really say about lying and then carrying it on? Because we think about life as far as balance. Balance is something that is, you can't have the sun without the moon. You can't have night without day. You can't have truth without lies. So at the end of the day, it's something that has to
does
exist.
it?
So,
I said, I mean, all to me, I know you're saying like a lie is a lie is a lie, but I do not think that all lies are created equal.
yeah,
And I
but
wouldn't
did you,
call somebody who, you know, like, let's say if you're out or whatever and a woman asks for your number
okay,
and you're not interested in her, but
okay,
I mean, this is more likely to be something that a man would do, but
okay.
like, because you just want to get out of the situation, and some of these guys are like crazy. Like, if you
Wait,
don't give them your number, they might do something to you. I'm not saying
what
every
you,
man is.
like what? Like what?
Listen, I mean, I've heard situations of just because, and I can't remember if she got killed, but it's extreme. I don't think that most men would respond like that. Back in the day, it was, well, fuck you then. Like, you ain't all that anyway, because their
Okay,
ego is bruised.
okay.
So sometimes it's just easier to give it and then block them. To me,
So are you saying so with that being said, are you saying to me that lying is appropriate in some situations?
yes. Well, that's
Okay.
was my point.
Okay.
Yes, when
Okay.
I say I don't like liars or lying, there are levels, and I that's not the same as what happened to me. The first story I said, it's in that case, it's a matter of like, self preservation potentially,
Okay.
especially
Okay.
for a woman. That's why I was saying for a man, it might just be because you don't want to hurt her feelings, right? If you're not interested in her like that. But you did say he was a Scorpio, so
Absolutely.
so you might feel comfortable just outright telling somebody, Nah,
So
I'm good.
so anybody who's in the live right now, Scorpios are very like prevalent liars. We lie a lot. We lie to get ourselves out of a lot of situations. When we're in the Scorpio phase of like our evolution, we lie a lot. So I will say that. I will say that.
Are you proud of that?
I mean, it's a part of my story. It is what it is. So I'm not gonna.
Okay,
Michael,
Wes.
you're a Scorpio, Michael.
So Wes said men lie because women don't like the truth. Women lie too. I mean, what did Jay said? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? I mean, he might not have been the first to say it, but he made it, popular. Anyway, um, but yeah, women lie too. Women lie in bed.
I feel like women lie more than men lie though. That's the crazy part.
I feel like when women lie to a man, it's to protect his ego. What? But you know what? That's probably true in the reverse as well. Maybe.
So you feel like women lie to men to protect.
You want me to start giving examples? So I mean, now in bed, right? Now I'm not saying I do this at this big age, but in the past, like fellas, you know what you're working with, right? So I mean, I I, I wouldn't tell somebody it's bigger than it is. I'm not gonna do that. But like sometimes I think men have a misperception of where they rank on the whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. So a woman will like women might say something like, it's the perfect size, right? I'm not saying that's a lie, but but I've heard some guys say that they feel like that's an insult because what does that mean? Like it's like she's trying to protect your feelings. Would you agree? I'm not saying you have to agree about the first part. I'm saying, but would you agree that that's something that women might lie about? I can't hear you. Did you mute yourself?
I did.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Absolutely.
I just see your
I feel
mouse
like
going.
I feel like absolutely that's something that women lie about to protect the man's ego. But why would you lie about that if it's not satisfying you? Why are you telling a lie about that?
Because a man's in it with respect to his ability to satisfy you, it's fragile. Or she might say that she's climaxed when she hasn't because maybe it's going on too long and she wants it to be over
But,
with. Like
but
at
wait a
again at this
but
age.
okay, okay.
Well, no, no, hold
Finish.
on. I'm
Finish.
saying I don't know about like older women because I'm not gonna lie about that, right?
Okay.
In the past I may have lied about that just because I wanted it to be over and because some men like associate their ability, their virility to like whether or not they can achieve that because to them that's the pinnacle. They're not interested in like the just enjoying the moment. They just want to get to the point, right? And if they're not getting you to the point, I'm not saying it's not important, but if they don't get you to the point, then they feel like they didn't do their job. They feel like less than. So just to not have them have that feeling, like you know, you
So
might
do you feel like
embellish.
so wait
Okay.
so wait, do you feel like when a man says that he's not fucking with another woman, it's not the same thing?
Wait, what again?
I said if you feel like when a man said when you feel like you're catching a man in a lie about fucking with another woman, he says he didn't. You don't feel like that's the same type of level of lie?
Well,
Think about it. Think
I
about
don't
it.
know. What do y'all think? Do I think it's the same level of lie? It depends. Like,
Wait. Somebody said I think he on to something. Yeah, like think about that. Think about what I'm saying to you. Niggas lie about fucking with other bitches, and y'all lie about busting us that y'all not busting. So it's not the same level.
well, again, I don't think that's something that, and obviously I can only speak for myself, right? But
Okay. Okay.
when I talk to other women, especially at this age, Like
Okay.
they're more inclined to, because nobody wants to be having dissatisfying sex, right? Like we talked about that on my show last week. So
Okay.
you're going to be more generally, you're going to be more vocal about your experience. I mean, now if it's somebody you've been with a long time, that might make it a little bit more difficult to approach the situation because they might not be receptive or understand or open. But I mean, maybe you could say that's the same level of a lie. I don't know. Are there any women? Okay, Stacy, I see you on here. Um, Wait,
CSW Customs. I see you right now. Yes, it is.
lie of
And
omission, failing to mention.
but aren't you saying not the same level of lie at all?
Wait, why are
But
you
why do you
telling me
feel
to
that way?
toss that bottled water? Um, Azuma, I'm thirsty. I'm just supposed to be over here thirsty. Yeah. So Ernst says men have assaulted women for rejecting them. Exactly. Sorry, I'm just
Absolutely. I
going back in
agree.
the comments
I
now.
do agree. I agree.
Um, did anybody agree with you?
Yeah, a couple people agree with me.
I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to get to see who was that.
Mama going and I appreciate that comment. Y'all are not bitches. I'm sorry. Women are not bitches. I will never call y'all that. I'm sorry.
That's my mama. So he definitely was not talking about my mama.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Y'all not bitches. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, please, Lord have mercy. Anyway, so okay, so like some other things that people might lie about, like what would you consider an egregious lie that a woman might tell then?
Egregious lie that you're the only one I want. I've heard that a lot
Why don't you believe it though?
because I feel like people fall in love with the idea of who I am versus who I am as an actual person.
Have you ever been in love or in like a long-term relationship?
Yeah, I have. I've been in love before.
So why do you think that she didn't mean what she said?
I didn't say this. She didn't mean what she said. I'm talking about everybody else. I feel like she probably meant what she said, but I feel like everybody else just says what they say because who I am, status, like what I put together, like what I bring to the table. And I feel like a lot of people fall in love with the way that you look and the way that people like respond to you versus like who you actually are as a person. Because who you actually are as a person might not be what everybody may agree to, but they feel like because everybody else wants you, they'll fall in love with it. Absolutely.
Well, it's funny you say that.
Wait, come out, because I know you fell victim to that. Absolutely, because you're gorgeous. So I know a million people fell in love with the fact that you're gorgeous.
Did
Like,
they?
Brett,
I mean, fall in love. Men don't fall in love. They fall in lust, right?
yeah, no,
So
that's what I'm about to say. Fall in lust with the fact that you thicker than a snicker, amazing, all that good shit. That's some easy things to do, but they don't get to actually learn who you are as a person, learn to know what you are about, all that good stuff. So like, what am I trying to say?
well,
It's
you started to say how people fall in well, I don't really know if it's in love. I think it's more infatuation with the
absolutely,
idea of you
absolutely,
rather than really
absolutely,
getting to know the substance of you.
absolutely,
Um,
and that takes time. That takes
yeah,
time.
no, for sure, for sure. But that's not on you. Oh, you're talking about we were talking about like the biggest lie that women tell,
Yeah,
right? And
absolutely.
fellas, because I know it's like mostly dudes in here, like what do y'all think is the biggest lie that women tell? um so I also want to talk about, since we're on the kind of relationship topic, private versus public relationships.
Okay.
So like in the realm of social media, like this whole thing is a big facade, right? Because most people are showcasing like the good in their life. Not everyone, but I would say the majority of people are showing the highlights in their life. Like nobody, most people don't share like the struggle and the stress and the strife. Some people do, and some people actually get a following off of that type of content. Well,
Okay.
Well, for the most part, I think people prefer to show what's good happening in their life, and it's not. Some people say it's not real, like it's not really who you are.
Just so
Um,
y'all know, I'm moving from one house to another house. That's why I'm sitting outside in Suburban Square right now,
no,
showing y'all the real.
it's okay.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
but to relative to social media, like we touched on this earlier about relationships and how, like, some people will say they prefer to keep their relationships private, right? Because they want to protect the sanctity of it and they want to keep the haters and the naysayers and the people who might try to like sabotage it out of their business. And I understand that now. On the other hand, there's some people who feel like, no, I want you to show me off, right? Why are you trying to hide me? Who are you trying to hide me from?
So wait,
Um,
let me ask you, Brown Skin Becky. Do you want people to show you off? Do you want people to keep you private? What's the answer?
in the past, I would have said not to be public, but I don't want to feel like I'm being hidden. That's how I used to feel. Now, mm-mm. Like I prefer to keep it. I prefer to keep it private. Like if I'm dealing with somebody and he's my man, right? Then
Okay.
I would want people to know that he is in a relationship because, by the way, there are plenty of men, not plenty, but there are some men who will get online and portray the image of this happy wife, happy life, but they the same ones that be in your DM, talking about they want to eat your booty. So
That was
which
the boy
is
you was talking
it?
about. That was the boy you was talking about that was in DM last week.
No. So I mean, I'm just, I'm saying in general. I'm saying in general, right? No, not him. Anyway, but my point is, so like, just because somebody might post you publicly and happy anniversary and my wife and all of this, and behind a closed door, they might be a whole different somebody. So I don't think
Absolutely.
I don't think like when people talk about relationship goals with like celebrities or even in, among couples that they might know, you don't really know what goes on behind closed doors. So yeah, you can look at pretty pictures. Maybe they look good and they look good together and they seem like they're happy, but you don't ever really know. So if I'm with somebody, I would not want him to necessarily portray an image like he's single, but does he have to post me? Like, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so at this point, unless we're married. But
Okay.
then
So if
again,
he,
I don't know. What do y'all think in the comments? I don't know.
I mean, I know a young lady that was married and it's like was my whole girlfriend.
She was your little yeah.
Yeah, and she was married. Like pictures all on her Instagram, like that she got married. Like they was, where would I be without you? And yeah, coming to see me a whole lot. So
I mean,
I mean, so what does that really mean at the end of the day? Because I feel like I don't want to put my wife nowhere on social media. I don't want nobody to know I'm married to nobody at the end of the day.
so you don't want people to know you're married. Like if you were married, you wouldn't even want them to know that you're
Shout
married.
out to Rod, not all day in the building. They all want to start private till they think that you
Wait,
cheating. Yeah,
what now?
absolutely.
I'm so
They
far
all want
behind
to.
on these comments.
They all want to start private till they feel like you start cheating. Yeah.
Well, what's funny is like, I'm gonna digress for a second, but like when you do get into a relationship with somebody, like, let's say if they're popping online, right, and they get a lot of attention online, and they're funny or whatever, right? The
Okay.
things that typically attract you to them in the beginning are the things that you get turned off by when you're exclusive. Like, nah, you gotta cut that out now. All
But
that
why?
kikiing online.
But why? But why does it become what you don't want them to do no more? If they got you, if they hooked you by that, then why you want them to stop it?
I want you to be yourself. I just will probably not follow you. Like I'm gonna just block you. I don't want to see it. But then
Okay.
again, if you feel like you're not being watched, then you might be on here. acting a damn fool. I don't know. Oh, so wait. So Ern said, yeah, this is much more egregious than even what you said. An egregious lie that a woman might tell is it's your baby. Very
Go
egregious.
ahead.
Like that's horrible. Like super horrible. Uh, um. Okay, so Wes said lie about they look good without makeup and weave. So men, do you feel like do you feel like the beautification, right? The makeup and the wigs and the weaves and the whatever it is, right, that women do, push up bras or like body shapers. Do you feel like that that is would you equate
A lot.
that to a lie? Do you think that's a misrepresentation of who she is? Fellas in the
So,
comments, and yes, and I'm asking you too, Wayne.
so I'll say this. I'm not the one that's going to like really like dig in about you about like having braids. I remember I was in eighth grade in Leeds back in Mount Airy, and the girls had braids and French rolls and had weave in it, and I wasn't mad at it at all. It's like when you just go out the way, as long as you ain't got no fake body parts, I ain't about to knock you. As long as you ain't got no fake ass, fake titties, none of that shit, we ain't really got nothing to be arguing about.
Do you? So hold on,
Go ahead,
because
go ahead, go
see,
ahead.
if
I'm
there was more,
listening.
I wish there was more women on here, right?
Go
I
ahead,
think
go
people should.
ahead.
I personally feel like people should be able to do what they want as their body, right?
No, absolutely,
No, no, I'm
absolutely,
not judging what you're saying, because I
absolutely.
wasn't finished.
Okay,
Um,
sorry.
no, it's okay. I do think from a man's perspective, I can appreciate that, like you can go to such extremes that like you literally, and I'm not even necessarily even talking about the surgeries, but like other things that you might do to enhance your appearance. It's like beyond enhancement. It's like you are look like a completely different person.
So
And
wait, time out. So let me ask you a question. So what if I see on TikTok now they have like shit that enhance your height. I'm 6'3". What if I put the height enhancers and I was 6'6"? Would you feel like I was lying?
I mean, obviously you don't need to do that because you're already tall. But I think, see, to me, that is really extreme. Like I'm not a person that cares about height. That's like never been a thing for me. Can appreciate from a man's point of view though how a lot of women like that's their like basic criteria. They won't even like talk to you if you're not a certain height.
Okay.
And so I can understand why for some men who might not be that tall that they feel self-conscious about it. But
So what about the women that have like that's like 270 pounds, but put on the waist shapers that like make them 220 pounds? What's the
I'm,
difference?
I'm sorry.
What's,
Like a fly in here or something.
what's the
Uh,
difference?
well, the difference is the leg stretching I assume is like a permanent difference. I,
What you mean? I'm not gonna be 6'5" if I'm 6'3" forever.
yeah,
Just like you're not gonna be.
they put like I don't even know what it is that they put in the legs, but they put some kind of like steel beam into like I don't even know how
No,
they
no,
do
no.
it.
It's literally like a thing that you could put in the sneaker now that makes you 3 inches taller.
Okay, that's
Literally.
different. I'm talking about like you when you were talking about like they have surgery to actually
I
stretch
wasn't
their
talking about.
leg.
I don't know about no
Okay,
surgery
well
that
I'm
makes
gonna
you
send
taller.
you. Uh, yeah, that I wouldn't. I look at you and tell like you're not really that tall. Like let's say if you have on Tim's or something, that's kind of like a heel for a man a little bit.
Okay.
If it's a
Okay.
double sole, but again, I don't care.
Okay.
Like I care more about how you're proportion relative to your height.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just care more about that. If we're talking about from just a purely aesthetic, I don't care about the height as much as I care about the how everything is like put together. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Um, Not I care about it like that's the only thing that's important, but I mean it matters. Attraction matters, right? So,
Yeah, absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
but look, you know what's a good example? So we talk about like women, you know, and their wigs and weaves and braids and whatever, right?
The braids is the only thing I love. Like
Well, I was about to
you can
say,
braid,
obviously,
you have
like
braids all day.
I'm not
You
trying
have
to
braids
pretend
every
like
day,
this
all
is
day.
my hair.
But it's braids, so it looks amazing. So yeah, absolutely.
Um, no, I was gonna say nowadays, like they have the man weaves, not weaves. I don't know what they even call them, units, like that they
Yeah.
you know, for men who are
I don't have no man.
I know. Um, at first I was like, I don't like that. Well, who am I to say, like, if they really feel self-conscious about it? Like, some of them look like a whole different person. They really look better.
So
Um,
you don't feel like that's right if a man
which that
putting on a man weave. If a man is putting on a man weave, you don't feel like that's a lie. Like when he takes the man weave off, you don't feel like this is not who he is as a person.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of would prefer because I used to feel like it just seems like a feminine thing to do.
I agree.
To be
I agree with
that
you.
self-conscious. But that's not fair, right? We're all human. We all have insecurities. I saw your story where you were
Wait,
talking about like what people's insecurities are. So that's not
wait,
fair,
talking
but
about West said so only women get to lie. That's messed up.
no, men lie. Men lie all day every day, right? Like I said earlier. So, hold on. Wait. I'm going to the end of the comments and then I'm gonna go backwards. So,
Hey, legend, weaves are lies too. I agree. I do agree. I agree with you 100%. Weaves are lies too.
um, okay, hold on. So, um, a fake beard. You know what though? There are some guys who are going to Turkey. I don't know if that's the only place that does it, but they're doing like hair implants and um I mean, and I've seen like the results look really good. I'm not mad at it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I again, it's you get one life to live. If it makes you feel like you look more attractive, you're gonna be more self-confident. Like, don't go broke doing that stuff, right? But if it makes you feel like more confident because you look better in your own mind, then like, you know, knock yourself out, I guess.
So do you feel like women going broke because they asking women to pay for they asking men to pay for everything on dates?
Wait a minute, now you going off the topic. Well, but you know what? Related, right? Related to the
Okay.
topic, I will say that women, um, depending on the woman, right? Sometimes a man
Okay.
will. I'm sorry, it's like a fruit fly in here. Some men will do more than what they can realistically afford to do to impress a woman.
No, for sure. Absolutely.
So they're lying, they're
I, I
misrepresenting.
I've been there. I've definitely been there. I can't front. I've been there.
I'm sure a lot of men have, right?
Yeah, I've
Because
been
they
there.
feel like this is somebody they really want to bag, I
Yeah.
guess so, and she's not gonna go for the ice cream date or or whatever the case. So they might have to do a little more than what they can realistically afford, but you're not
For
going to be
sure.
able to sustain that.
For sure.
So I, I think you know when you get to a certain point in life, you should really do your best to be who you are, and whoever likes it, and who don't like it, fuck. Right? Sorry, mom, but I'm just saying, like,
Wait, is your mom really in here? Like
she
your
was the one.
grandma?
Yes, my mom always supports.
Hey,
She was the one who,
hey,
she was the
mama.
one, huh?
Nice to see you, mama. I'm speaking to your mother. Nice to see you, mama. I thought they was just saying that just to say it, but like the fact that she's in here, nice to see you.
No,
Absolutely.
no, that was really that's really my mama. But anyway,
Absolutely.
she always supports me.
Absolutely.
No. Um. Okay, so So enough about the lying part for a moment.
Okay.
What do you think is possible to truly tell the truth in love, or is the truth always gonna come across harsh, no matter how you say it?
No, but
Because I think some people, um, I think some people use their opportunity to tell the truth to be rude and disrespectful, like because their tone or the words they use. I think you can massage it in a way that, like, it might sting the person a little bit, but it's not. It's said with care and concern, not like, you know.
like I feel like this because I feel like I've been in a lot of situations where I've said like y'all want the truth, but when y'all get the truth, y'all get upset. So I feel like I should have lied to you because at the end of the day, regardless of how I say it, whether it was with care and concern or whether it was harsh, it's always met with an attitude. So it's like, do you what was that? A Few Good Men, Jack Nicholson. What did you say? You can't handle the truth. I feel like people can't really handle the truth at the end of the day. So I feel like sometimes, I feel like I find myself asking myself, should I really tell the truth? Because I feel like women want the lie more than they want the truth at the end of the day. Because when they get the truth, I feel like they react more harsh to the truth than they do to the lie.
Okay,
Absolutely.
let me ask you something.
Okay.
So, like, if I'm dating somebody new, right? And if I'm dating him, then I assume he's got something going on for himself. Even the ones that don't be having nothing going on for themselves, they have women. It seems. So, I when I meet you, I assume not that you're married, especially if you say you're single and I don't see no ring, right? My
Okay.
assumption is not going to be that you're married. So you have
Okay.
to confirm that to be the case. But I assume there's somebody that you're entertaining, somebody's, right? Um, am I gonna ask you about it? Uh, not. I'm just gonna kind of see what you're talking about, and
Okay.
if I
Okay.
want to entertain you any further, then, like, maybe we'll go out on a date and see where it goes from there. Now, do you feel like it's better to say up front, like if you say I'm dating, obviously I know that means that there's other people in the picture.
Yeah.
Would you ask a woman if she's dating other people? Because in my experience, some men, like, they say they won't take you seriously if you're dating multiple people. Dating is dating multiple people.
Yeah.
Like,
No. Absolutely. So I'm a little bit different. Like I understand that nobody, especially at our big age, nobody's just 100% single. It's like nobody ever not in the picture, even if they try to act as if somebody's not in the picture. So I always come with the expectation that somebody's around. Like we have children, we have baby mothers and baby fathers, all that type of shit. Like we're not just, and we in the social media area. So we're in the social media era. So somebody's always around trying to figure out how they can get in your drawers and get in your pants, however that goes. So I just expect that people are talking to somebody. Like my major thing is when I come into a relationship, or not a relationship, but a situationship, or like just a union ship, let's call it that, that I expect that it's somebody else around regardless of what you're talking about. So just like let me just know because I don't really care about that. If you're trying to, if, I feel like if you meet me where I am, then you're interested regardless of what's going on around you. So that means that you're single. So I just automatically assume that there's somebody around. Like, look at you, you're gorgeous. Like I know a million guys that are trying to get your attention. So I would never think for 1 second that I'm just the only guy that's trying to vie for your attention at the end of the day. So that's just how I
trying to
come
get
in.
my attention doesn't mean that I'm entertaining them. Like,
Look,
I may or may not be. So if you ask, I'm gonna say I'm dating, or I'm not dating, or I'm gonna tell you what it is, and then it's up to you to decide if you are, like, if if you want to take it any further or not. But, like, I I remember I was talking to this guy. I mean, it was very brief,
okay,
and, like, my first real conversation with him, he was like, I'm an alpha man, and not an alpha like fraternity, but, like, he's like, and I'm an alpha man.
yeah, I get
And
what you're saying.
if you if you with me, like you can't be talking to these other niggas because I'm all the man you need. I don't even know you. Like at the time, I was like, oh, okay. I come to find out. Well, he seemed like he was very controlling. Besides that conversation, like just some other stuff he was doing that turned me off. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, nah, you out of here. Um, but then I came to find out from somebody else who knew somebody that was dating him. I don't know if he was married. He had something going on. I'm like, again, just leave me alone with your nonsense. I was minding my business, and here you come with nonsense. Please, I can't. In that case, I feel like men, yeah, okay, so some women don't want to hear the truth, whatever, right? But
Okay. Okay.
I do feel like some women respect honesty, right? And it doesn't have to be that you're married, but that they respond more favorably when you're being honest about whatever your situation is than when they come to find out later, you know, all of the other drama that you got going on that you were hiding. So
So
I
wait,
don't
Becky.
know.
Let me ask you a question. So
Yes.
let's say that I approached you
Mm-hmm.
and I said I wanted to like get to know you,
Mm-hmm.
but I told you I was married. How would you respond to that?
I would say for what? Do you want to get to know me for? I know why you want to get to know me. You don't want to get to know me.
But that's the crazy part. Like I might want to get to know you because I might be sick of her. I might want to get to know you, and it goes into the vein of lying. So now I'm not lying to you, but I'm
I
lying to her.
it
It's like,
it is
so-
my desire to get married.
okay,
So I don't feel like it's, like karma. I feel like it comes to pay you back. Maybe not always in the same way, right? But the
yeah,
same
yeah.
way I'm
It's a
talking about
boomerang.
these dudes that
It's a
be in
boomerang.
the same
It's a
way that
boomerang.
dudes be in your inbox, I'm talking about that might be married. Like, and I'm not taking nobody else's man because he's just going to do the same thing to me that he did to her eventually.
That might not always be the truth though.
Most men
That might
will
not
not.
always that might not always be the truth though. See, that's what we can't say. We can't say that he's gonna do which he might not. Some people get like think about it. A lot of the people you may know that may be married may have just got married for convenience. They might not even love the person that they're with. They may be still looking for love even after they cross that threshold and said I do. That's a reality. They may have
So if you,
they may have lied to the person that they're married. We're circling back to lies. Lies may not just be to a person you're trying to fool. It may even be to yourself, though. A lot of people lie to themselves.
that, well, it's funny. So my son is 22, right?
Okay.
And he's kind of like dating somebody, more seriously now, right?
Okay.
But before that, I mean, he's young, right? He's
Yeah.
in college, so I expect him to do his thing, right? So I would ask him from time to time whatever he was willing to share with me, and um, I would ask him like, "Do you tell like if you're talking to multiple girls, like, do they notice you're talking to more than one person?" And he said, I don't know what he would say to them exactly, but the one thing that stands out in my mind was that if they like you enough, they'll lie to themselves. And I said,
There you go.
crazy like that,
There
boy.
you go. There you go. There you go.
But I'm not gonna lie though, he was spitting a little bit
That's a real.
because
That's a real thing. If we're talking about lying, sometimes we lie to ourselves about situations. That's a real
yeah,
thing.
yeah, I've
Absolutely.
definitely been there. I've
So,
definitely been there.
sometimes some people can be very honest with you to the point where you're just delusional and you start lying to yourself. Balance. Lying is balance. Like sometimes you can say like you don't want a man that's married or a man that may be involved to tell you that he wants you when he's got somebody else. But sometimes there's always that situation where a man could be telling you this is not what I want, and you may lie to yourself to say that I'm not listening to what he's saying. He definitely wants me.
That's the part. Like Wes is my resident comedian, But so Wes had said on another live he was on with me, was talking about how like, you know, men might like sleep with, even date on the low, someone that they think is a hoe, right? And then if they end up falling in love with her,
Okay.
then maybe, they'll take her out and show her off and whatever. He said, but like a woman will date a man who's basically like community D and walk into an event, like they'll both walk into an event together. The woman will rather the man will have multiple bodies in the room or multiple women that he dealt with in the past, and the woman will walk in there proudly, to show him off, to say like, I got him, like,
Yeah.
he took me seriously, and you were just jump offs or whatever, right? um you were little yeahs, right?
Okay.
But a woman, if he walks in a room with a woman and she got some bodies in there, he's like, oh no, we out of here. But I'm like, wait a minute, but that's your woman. You're not proud now. So
Well,
definitely a
I,
different
I,
standard.
I would definitely not say that so I'll say about myself, if I'm 44, I'll be 45 this year.
Okay,
I
youngin.
started, I started having sex when I was 19, and I had enough sex for 10 lifetimes. So I'm not here to judge anybody. So I don't care who you did it to or who feel like you was they hoe. You mine now, so I don't care nothing about that. It just
That's a
depends on who
grown
you
man's
fucking
talk.
with. Absolutely, because I'm a grown man.
Um. Well, no. So Ern said if allowing a woman to assume is dishonest.
I do feel like allowing a woman to assume is dishonest because usually when you assume you're wrong, absolutely, and usually when women assume they're always
No, but
wrong.
but hold on though.
Okay,
If you don't, the woman, look, the woman has accountability to ask the questions that she wants to know the answers to. If the man lies in response to those questions, then he's wrong. If she doesn't ask, then is he really wrong? Like, were you referring to if he's dating multiple people or the married thing? Like the married thing, that's
no,
different.
multiple people. Like if so,
No, I'm saying I was
one
I was trying to figure out what he might be referring to.
okay.
Again,
I'll say this. One thing about me is I've been in relationships. I've only been in two relationships in my whole life. And I've lied to my relationships with all the women I was fucking around with. I've told them, yeah, I got a girlfriend. So like you need to figure this shit out. If this is what you want to do, come on. If you don't, kick rocks. So the only person I've lied to, which has been wrong, like I'll say this in all vulnerability that I was wrong for lying to my girlfriend about it versus being honest to the side bitches about it. But yeah, like absolutely, I've never gave a side bitch a situation where they felt like they were being lied to or
the
that they were
side
going to be
the side
yeah,
lady, the side
the
lady.
side. Oh, I'm
Mom,
sorry,
I'm
the side.
sorry. You
I'm
gotta
sorry,
just
mama.
he's
I'm
a
sorry,
nice guy.
mama.
Just you just gotta
I'm
put that
sorry.
aside.
I am mama. I'm feeling. And mama's from Philly, ain't she?
Yes, she is.
Listen, so mama, you know where I'm from. I apologize. But like the side ladies, I've always been honest with them. My biggest thing was just not being honest with the women that I've been in relationships with. You know what I mean? So
Do you so okay, so at this point in your life, if you found somebody that you wanted to, okay, whether you got married or not, like you just wanted to take seriously, do
okay.
you think that you could be fully transparent with her?
Absolutely. 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 I know better now. So absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry, just to quickly go back to what Ern said. He said, imagine a married man not telling you he's married. Yes, that is an egregious lie, as I said earlier. I thought you were just talking
Absolutely.
about like if somebody's dating, like
Absolutely.
that's and she assumes because she didn't ask whether there are other people in the picture that he isn't, then that's on her.
So, so Becky, let me ask you this. Do you feel like when you're in a relationship you're single still? Or do you feel like you're taken when you're in a relationship? Or is
No, I think
married the standard?
I mean in the eyes of the law, you're single. However, I wouldn't view myself as single because I don't want him to view myself as single because I ain't into polyamory and I ain't into
Okay.
sharing and I ain't into no shenanigans. So if you want to have an open relationship, because they love to come on here talking about they want an open relationship. Okay, so it's open on both sides, is what you're saying. Well, then we might as well be single and dating. Like, what is we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, not for sure. Absolutely. I agree there.
But no, it's not marriage level, but it's a commitment that you agree to make. Like if you said, like we're exclusive, we mutually agree to that, then if something's going to change, you better tell me. Like don't let me find out because it's gonna be slow singing and flower bringing. You did. remember, remember where I'm from. Okay.
Who the fuck is this? Facing me at 5:46 in the
Exactly.
morning. I got you. I got you. Absolutely.
Oh,
I
and now
got
here
you.
West goes, you single till you married. Okay, so fellas, then is that how you feel on your side? Like, is she single? If that's your lady, right? Is she single or no? I'll wait. Um. Okay, Rashri says side chicks know their place or gotta learn it. Same with dudes. I feel like the rules of the game have changed
Absolutely. Have.
nowadays, because
They
people
have.
people like to put people on blast. I don't know why, because you're probably not going to get that person to leave their spouse or like their existing relationships. They're probably not going to do that. So I know you said maybe, but that's not the way that usually goes down. So um there was somebody. So does anybody else want to join? I'm not telling multi until we have a conversation about it. Yeah, that's what I was asking you, Ern. Like, were you talking about marriage or were you talking about
I feel
just a
like the
dating
comments stopped on my side because I don't see none of these new comments at all.
Oh, you can't see them?
No,
No,
I don't see
somebody
them.
said Scott 1975 said you were spitting. I don't know what he was referring to because I'm going back
Yeah,
to the
yeah, because I be speaking the truth. Absolutely.
all right, Beanie. Rashri said he agrees with the brother, but again, I'm like not my timing is not coordinating with the conversation right now. So, um, is there anybody in your life currently that you feel like you can be 100% honest with at all
My,
times?
mo- my mom and my daughter. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You talking about as far as like a companion?
Oh, it could just be whoever,
My,
anybody, any
my,
like personal
my
relationship
mom,
that you
my
have.
mom and my daughter. My mom and my daughter. Absolutely. Those two.
Okay. Um,
Those two.
ladies, fellas, does anybody else have any thing that you'd like to add about honesty? Yeah, Philly is popping out. And we're gonna pop out in that Super Bowl too. We're gonna pop out and show
I,
ninjas,
I
right?
hope so. I hope so.
What you mean you hope so? You don't think so?
I hope so. Jalen live right around the corner from me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, rich nigga vibes. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Wes said being girlfriend at 50 is deplorable. So how do you go from like you just talking to somebody to your wife? That's not typically how that works, sir. But you don't have to say a girlfriend. You could say that's my lady. I don't
Becky,
say it.
when last time you been to Philly?
What you say?
When last time you been to Philly?
I'm only like 45, 50 minutes from Philly. I feel like it wasn't that long ago, actually. Why can't I remember? What? Granny. It really wasn't that long ago. When did I go there? I really don't remember, but I know it was recently.
So when last time you coming? I don't want to tell them what lies. When last time you coming?
Now, here you go. Um, Wait. Okay. See, I get a lady on here. Caramel sister, I'm gonna talk to you later. Caramel sister, you need to come on here. I need some estrogen on here with me. Um, she says, "Why is everyone so afraid to just love on one person real good?"
I feel like it's generational curses that keeps us from doing that.
It's FOMO.
Yeah, I feel like it's generational curses because I'm trying to break them so my daughter don't have to go through what I've been through. Absolutely.
It's a stupid social media. That's why, because people always feel like they have. more options available to them than they do in
And
reality. Like again,
social
just because
media is
somebody
so and social media is so fucking fake and phony, and you
just
shouldn't believe
yeah,
anything that goes on
just
it.
because people pop up in your DM, like again, like most people are not serious. Most
Yeah,
people just
that's
want
for
to waste
sure.
your time. So I base okay. First, there has to be mutual interest. That that's the part, right?
Okay.
If there's mutual interest, then the effort has to match the words. And most of the
Intention.
time they do
The
they do.
effort has to match the intention. Not the word, not the
Yeah,
words,
but
because
but some
words can be lies. Because words can be lies, like we're talking about in this live. Like
one
words can be
thousand
lies.
percent, 1,000%, 1,000%. And like I posted in my story about, the breakdown of love languages, like in the context of a taco. Um, I would say, and I'm not telling, anybody this for like now you're gonna try to do a Jedi mind trick on me. I'm not falling for the okey doke. Words of affirmation. And I used to think words of affirmation and quality time, but I think acts of service, right? Because I want you to show me that you mean what you say.
Okay,
I'm
I respect
I'm
that.
watching I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm like, oh, all right. And then I'm watching what you're doing. But don't forget the part where there has to be mutual interest,
I respect
right?
that.
Because you
Absolutely.
usually what will happen is it be like people that you want to do what you perceive to be the right thing that won't they don't act right. ACK, they don't act right, right? But or how you think they should act, right? You want to try to make those people do what you think is the right thing, but the ones that want to act right, you be playing games. Who is you? Who is you? Never mind. Anyway, that's why I just be chilling and minding my business. Yeah. So Caramel sister, shut up, A ball. Why don't you join? Now this is a truth teller. He loves to tell the truth with his mean ass. He's an Aquarius. Um, Eight ball, would you like to join or or Caramel sister? I would really like to get another lady on here, but oh, you like when the hood pop out? I pop out on the show, ninjas. I'm such an effing lady. But you said you're from Mount Airy too, right?
Uptown, yes. Gilbert and
Originally,
Upson. Gilbert and Upson.
it wasn't uptown when I was growing up there. It was Mount Airy,
Okay.
Germantown. What was
So
the other part?
Germantown is not. So Germantown is not uptown. Mount Airy is uptown.
Not just Mount Airy though.
Yes, yes. That was what. Like so, I went to high school from '93 to '97. We created the Uptown moniker. So it was the blocks from Vernon Road to Thoron.
Off of Vernon on Lower.
So from wait. So let me tell you where it's from. It was from Vernon Road, from Cedarbrook to Woolston, over to Washington Lane, back over to Ogons, and back over to Cedarbrook.
Okay, wait. I have another lady joining me. Okay. Hi. How are you? Say
How
Hey,
you
hello to the
doing?
people. Introduce yourself to the people.
hi. I'm Caramel Sister, as Becky did say. I
I did.
um.
So, okay, so we're gonna come back to the Philly conversation. I see there's some other Philly folk up in here, so
Okay,
Philly
okay,
repping the 215. But
okay.
anyway,
Just let
so
them. So don't mind the way I look,
you're
please.
fine,
You
please.
look
Uh,
amazing. You look amazing, young lady.
exactly.
Hell,
You look
So
amazing, young lady.
touch.
so hold on. So what are your thoughts on lying? Like, what would you consider? Again, I think that we were in agreement that there's levels. Now, Wayne said he thinks a lie is a lie is a lie, but I think there's for sure.
There's levels to this shit. Excuse my.
Yeah, exactly, Mama. We grown. We gonna cuss a little bit. I'm sorry.
I
Okay.
You on here right? Okay.
Yeah, she is. She said my girl.
When?
Uh, so what would you consider like an egregious lie that a man, I'm looking at somebody's comment. That a man would say. And I mean just that a person would say that would make you call them a liar.
To make you feel like you're the only one and say that you're the only one, and that's not the case.
Do
So wait,
you
if I fry some chicken and told you I didn't fry chicken, it wouldn't be the same type of lie.
Oh, that's a lie is a lie. I do believe, but don't mislead.
I
Don't
mis
don't
I misleaded you if I told you I didn't fry no chicken. It was chicken. Like that, it's all the
it,
same. Like what's the
yeah.
difference?
it's not it doesn't impact you in the same way. So that's
But
what I
why?
think is the
But why
difference.
Oh,
not? So why not? Why?
okay. Let
Why
me
Because
not?
give
you
you.
you
I feel like you telling me the only one is not worse than you telling me it was chicken and I wanted some fried chicken.
but why would you do that? Like it's like. But by the way, some people are just. I want to give her the chance to respond to that, but
Okay.
not the chicken thing. But
I believe
I
a
think.
lie is a lie, and I don't understand why you have to lie, especially about frying some chicken. So if you lie about something as small as that, you're just a liar. Period. But I'm saying
Okay.
you're telling someone that they're the one.
Okay.
So
You're
I'm sorry. Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna come back to you, Legend. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're spending all this time, but you're still sneaking. That's just childish to me.
But
It's,
but but is this somebody now? Is this somebody that you are like y'all committed to be exclusive, or is just somebody you're
yes,
seeing? Oh, okay,
it
okay,
had
yes.
it was that. It was that. And definitely I don't want to go into this, but I'm just gonna say Caribbean men.
I'm not Caribbean, so go ahead. Tell your truth. Tell your truth, sister.
Are y'all
Would
gonna
And,
are y'all gonna let
and
me swing
definitely
y'all?
not want to they will definitely want to see another woman or other women and don't want you to do the same.
Never, never that, never
You're
that.
like clutching
I
your pearls. Like, are we serious right
I think the thing is, I think that most men feel like it's some type of violation because a woman like physically is the
you, I
receiver, right? So they feel
mean,
like it's some type of
you enter a woman,
violation.
so you don't want nobody entering your woman, but you might want to enter other women, so you'll lie about it.
But that's not a
Absolutely.
hold
but
on.
that's insecurity to me.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you
We
at
could go
all.
deep.
I'm,
I feel like
we
you're
ain't gotta
insecure
go
if you
deep.
need.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I won't.
Oh,
I
okay,
won't disagree
okay.
with you.
I didn't get that vibe that you was disagreeing.
Not at all. I'm not going to disagree with you at all about that. No, 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 no.
Okay.
Hold on.
Not at all, young lady.
So hold on.
Legend
I
is LD. You feel attacked. I'm sorry, but
no
I'm
wait.
just saying.
Legend is. I mean, yeah. I'm not. I don't like to paint people with a broad brush, but
No,
if
but
you
I'm saying my personal
and
encounter,
that's yeah. You ain't the first person I heard say that, but
and I'm I love Caribbean men, and
So you
you
like
say
getting lied to, so you like getting lied to, basically. That's all
no.
that
I'm
means.
just saying it's the culture. I'm saying no. I don't like being lied to at
would
all.
you? So let me ask you a question. Because, like, let's say if it was a known thing, and then probably it is that Caribbean men, uh, like to have multiple women, right? It was just their culture, right? And so the expectation is they're going to be dealing with other women. And he told you up front, and it was somebody you were really in love with, and he was taking care of you, and like he was the man of your dreams. Besides that, and he wasn't like falling in love. He just wanted a taste of something different. If he told you up front, and you knew all these other things about him, and you really were into him otherwise, could you accept that, or would you deal with that? I see. I know you probably don't want to say that on here because then they're gonna feel like, but you
I
said.
I don't want. I'm not a sharer, so I've
Me neither.
the things aren't things. I could get my own things. I can do.
Yeah, I don't like
It's something
it either.
I could say, but no, it's not. It ain't that good. Okay.
That
All
part,
right.
like you know what's funny? So I saw the
Did he cover his face?
wait the shade room. Yes, I'm ashamed to say I follow the shade room. Anyway, the shade room had posted. You know, they're always posting Megan Good and Jonathan
Jonathan Major.
Majors, right?
Yeah, Jonathan
And
Major.
you know, a lot of people had the impression that that relationship might have been like a publicity
I
thing because of what he
think
was
so.
going through with the
I
other
think
lady,
so.
right?
I
But
agree. I think so.
okay, but now people are feeling like maybe it's more authentic, and I feel bad because it's a unique dresser, right? And some women really were like, "Ooh, he's so fine." He's not really my cup of tea, but like, he's not my man. So if she like it, I love it, right? But I had said to Caramel's sister's point, I said in a recent post they made, I was like, you know, that's like if that they seem like they're happy, and probably he's breaking her off very nicely.
Money wise,
He looked like he's working with something. I don't know. He just had that look about him.
woo! Cover my ears. Cover my ears.
So sometimes it can be that can get people caught up. It can.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's sustainable though. I
and
don't think that
she
lust.
just stopped fucking with she just stopped fucking with the Reverend, so maybe.
What's that?
She just stopped fucking with the Reverend, so maybe.
That's listen. This is
I
why I
don't know.
can't because I
Like
don't.
your younger self might be like, I don't hear what he do, but I don't think so. I that's not for me. I'm
If
sorry.
man, like I said, I want you to be honest and open up front.
Okay.
If you tell me like, you know, I'm dating other people, okay. And we're not exclusive, right?
That
Yeah.
we're not exclusive.
Right. If you tell me that you want a relationship and you want me to be like committed to you, but you're gonna like but you still need nope. Okay, no problem. Like, first of all, I can't because that's not something that I find acceptable. I don't think I would ever accept that.
I
But
respect
if a man came to me and he like and I went insane and I somehow like got bamboozled into thinking that was acceptable, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, as long as you're cool with
You doing the same?
as long as you're cool with that, then we good. They're never gonna be cool with
That
that. Ever, ever, ever.
never. I
Ever.
proposed that. That's
Okay.
one of the
Well,
things I
well,
said. So
I disagree because I've messed with a few females in my life, and I told them like I don't want you, so like you should try to date other guys, and I'm not mad at you for that. So it's
But
not every guy wants you to just be exclusive to them, just depending on what the situation is. So
but you couldn't have loved them because I don't think a man
I
like
didn't, I didn't,
you said you didn't
yeah, he
exactly.
no, I
said he
Yeah.
didn't,
didn't. He
I
didn't
didn't.
If it was a
want
woman you
I didn't
loved,
even like them. I didn't even like them. I don't feel like men have to like women they have sex with at all. They don't have
that's
to.
a whole nother
that's a whole
topic for another
nother
night.
topic.
That
Yeah.
yeah, that's another topic for
Because
another
we're
night.
mental, and if I
'Cause
don't like you, I'm not giving. I'm not
Yeah, we talked about intimacy on the last episode and
honest.
like how men really miss out on like a really fulfilling, a much more fulfilling experience. Like you have, and I understand that sometimes men just have sex to get a nut, right?
Yeah, no,
But
absolutely.
when you don't have a connection to somebody, or rather when you do have a connection to somebody, you can make an experience like exponentially better because you care about pleasing one another. So men really miss out by just being on that vibe.
I mean,
Like,
that's why I honestly stopped having sex because, like, I got to the point where I didn't get anything out of just having sex, period,
yeah.
anymore. So, yeah, no, absolutely. I get it now. But like in my younger years,
But
that
see,
shit didn't
that's it.
matter to
You grew
me at
up.
all.
You grew up. Sometimes people they don't they get older, but they don't grow up
Yeah, no,
emotionally,
absolutely, absolutely.
spiritually.
I, I want to
We
go back
gonna
to
go for.
I want to go back to something that Legend had said where he was I mean this is a while back but how basically he was saying something about like men being down low and you know not being open about that. Like, yeah,
Wait a minute.
because it's very dangerous and potentially like
Yeah.
expose. I mean, even though that could be the case if you're dealing with other women on the side too, but it's a higher likelihood, in that other case. And once again, what did I say about slow singing and flower bringing?
Who
You
the
better
fuck is
not ever
this?
come to me tell me no mess like that. Not never. Okay,
Mm.
never, ever, 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 ever.
Mm.
You tell me that in the beginning, so I can be like, okay, that's not for
Not
me. Some women,
at all.
some women, are okay with that. I don't happen to be one of them, but I'm not saying there's like if that's be living your truth, right?
Yeah.
That's all. Don't
No.
don't be doing don't be doing that nothing like that behind my back. That's all I'm saying. So anyhow,
It's a
um,
lot going on out here in the streets.
it really is. That's why I'll be chilling. I be chilling. Okay, so let me just make sure I covered all of my points I wanted to cover, and then I'm gonna probably wrap this on up unless y'all have anything else that you would like to add on the topic of lies, honesty, transparency. Like
So we need to do two truths and a lie before we wrap this up. Everybody that's on here.
we need to do two truths and a lie.
Two truths and a lie. Absolutely.
That's too much pressure.
Too.
Why? Why is it too much pressure?
Wait,
I'm
We need
wait.
to,
I have another young lady that would like to join, so I'm gonna
okay.
add her real quick.
Okay, Ada, she needs to get into the game of two truths and a lie before we get off this live. Absolutely.
too
I feel like that.
truths.
So it's you tell two truths and one lie, and we got to guess which one is the lie.
Hi,
Hi.
hello,
Hi.
y'all. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
So, I go by Deja.
Who
Deja.
Um,
called? Who got somebody calling them? I heard a phone ringing. Who that?
my
Is your
job.
boyfriend?
Who that?
It's my
You're real
job.
nosy. Do you need
You're
an
not lying,
internet?
are you?
No.
Okay, so Deja, what is your take on? Like I said,
So
so I don't know how long you've been on,
I was
but
actually trying to figure out what the topic was until somebody said it was lies. I do believe if a person does not tell you the truth, it's an automatic lie. I think it's lies by omission. So of course, I don't believe
Lies
that
is
people
lies.
have to tell you something,
Lies is
but a lie
lies.
is a lie. I definitely believe a
Lies is
lie is a lie.
lies.
now
No
hold
matter
on, let her talk.
it's
Go
not.
ahead.
Go ahead.
So it's not so much as this lie was worse than this one. And if you're not telling me something intentionally, you're lying by admission. So omission.
What would you consider? Because like I had part of the reason why I wanted to talk about this was, and you might not have been on the live at this point, but because I always say I prefer people to be honest, right? I like people to be authentic and honest and genuine, and like so I know where you're coming from. I don't ever want somebody to feel like they're playing me, they're getting over on me, and it doesn't always have to be from a that standpoint. But but when it comes to like dating and men, I feel like they're doing it to be manipulative, um, trying to
We always the liars. It's sad.
trying to get something that they want. And so I had talked about how I met somebody the other day, just like at the gas station, putting air in my tire. He like came and helped. I didn't ask him to do none of this, right? Then he had asked for my number, but he wasn't even like he didn't come at me like he was trying to push up exactly. But I mean, Daddy called me right away, and then I could see where he was coming from. And so he was, oh, I'm single, blah, 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 blah. And a few days later, because now I had his number in my phone, he came up in the people you may know section on Facebook, and I see he's got a whole wife, and
That's crazy.
again, I wasn't pursuing you,
That's
but I'm
wild.
annoyed that you came to me like so confidently lying. Like you're trying to play me like I'm a fool. I cannot stand that. That to me is a definition of a liar.
Okay, so
That's
hold
the thing.
on. Let me just recap because I got lost with he came, you seen him at a gas station. Clearly he didn't have on a ring for you to notice if he was
No.
married. He just came to help you put air in your tire, and then ask you for your number. You exchange numbers. But then one conversation you got managed with the numbers or whatever on Facebook, you seen his people you may know. So you clicked on this picture and his profile and you see that he's wholeheartedly married.
Yes.
And you feel like that was a violation and that was a lie.
Yeah, because he said he was single. He
Oh,
actually said out of his
yeah.
mouth
If
that he
he
was
said
single.
he was single, then yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
lied.
yeah. No, not just because, like, if I didn't know that and I found it, okay. But like, he was explicitly stating that he was single. And mind you, I was over there minding my business. He needed to put air in his tire too. That's how we first kind of crossed paths. So I had on like my, work clothes, and he, I guess, was trying to be a gentleman. And so he helped me put the air in my tire so I wasn't going to get dirty. And then he did his own. And then, we were just chatting, like, whatever. But he told me he was single repeatedly.
So let me ask, because this is really because I really feel like, see, I'm twofold. I'm all about women owning up to a lot of their own shit too.
Yeah.
No offense. I'm not saying that you didn't, but I just like women to really take into account of your own power and knowing what the hell you're doing. Let's be clear. If I'm at a gas pump and a guy offers to pump my gas, sure enough, it's a nice gesture. But
Hmm.
does a nice gesture really require you then to ask me or me to give you my phone number? If in I due diligence as a woman, I'm not that interested, or that's not the area that I want to be in.
No, it doesn't. But I mean, he was a nice looking guy.
So you
So
had a level of interest in
Oh, there
him
we go.
no,
There we
to
go.
need.
I didn't. I wasn't like, oh, I really want to get his number.
No, you
He asked me
wasn't
if
that, but it still was enough that you was like, he's kind of cute. Okay, yeah, you can have my number. So you
There we
had
go.
some level of intention or some level of interest in this man to even give you your number. See, I'm all about a real truth, and the real truth is, nigga, if I'm not interested in you, you don't get no phone number. You get a thank you and I appreciate it, and I'm gonna see you later. Like, I'm not one of those women that sometimes like to try to play the field and then want to play victim at the same time. No, I didn't. If it wasn't really an intent there on neither side, because men, if he was gonna be married, of course we know if he a married man, he gonna be out there doing whatever he doing anyway. Could very well possibly be cheating on his wife. Men move like that, but it's really ultimately the woman who has the power. So we as women gotta learn how to kind of stand in our truths and our own power to
no,
I
start
love it.
saying
hold
what
I
on.
we
love
gonna
it.
do and what we ain't
I
gonna
I
do.
love this. I
I
love
don't
this.
hold on. I don't disagree with you about women being accountable, right? This was a situation where, like I said, I'm not, in a serious relationship with anyone, right? So I
Hmm.
can talk to who I want to talk to. Nobody can tell me what to do, right? I would have just pumped my gas, like, put air in my own tire. He happened to pull up kind of in front of my car and was like, and mind you, I hadn't even got out the car yet. He was pointing like at the air thing, and I'm like, yeah, like, I'm here because I'm about to use it. So when I got out of the car, then he got out and, came to be a gentleman. Right now, I didn't really have intention of giving him my number, but while we were standing there, he put air in my tire. He was putting air in his tire. We were talking. And so I was like, oh, he's a decent looking guy. So he asked me for a card, which I did not have. And so I gave him my number because I'm like, okay, if I don't really like his conversation, I'll block him. I didn't expect him to call me right away, but he did. He called me while I was on my way to the office. And that's when he went on to tell me I'm single, blah, blah, blah. Well, because I mean, I guess I could have assumed that he was trying to holler, but he didn't come
We
off
knew he
that way.
was. Let's be clear. Men don't just ask us
Yeah,
as
he definitely was
women.
trying
Men
to
don't
holler.
have no
He definitely
intention.
was.
Men,
He
yeah,
definitely
like we
was.
gotta be able to read into the clues. A man is not approaching us as women outside of two things. One, he physically attracted to you because they all go by their physical appearance or your bigger physical appearance. And then two, it's whether or not he can get you and get you where he wants to get you, which is the bed, or he gonna try to really see what you about. And then if you too hard, men are after sex. Let's be clear. That's what they all about. That's what it is.
Nah, I agree.
It's not until you as a woman, you have for me, I just feel like women need to stop playing this bullshit and honestly stand in your own and figure out when this man come to you, you clearly know he's about one thing only. how he's gonna get your ass in the bed, whether you easy or not easy. Whether it's a chase or it ain't gonna be a chase. Men know that off rip. We as women have the power to say yes or no, or we gonna play into that or we're not. Most women play into that shit because it's all that simple. Oh, he just asked me. Oh, he's kind of cute. But you already know what the man was after. Whether he was gonna get it or not was gonna be up to you and how you decided to navigate his ass to where he go. Nothing else outside of
Woo,
that.
woo, shit.
That is
You ain't
true.
lying.
I do
You ain't
think
lying.
I do think because this is something else I've talked about before, right? I know better now, and that's fine. If he was attracted to me, that's fine. But he explicitly said he was single. In fact, he said he had been single for 10 years. Mind
Oh,
you,
yeah,
I
he's
didn't ask
lying.
him how long he'd been single.
He's
He
lying.
was like insistent.
He's telling a crazy lie.
And then
He's just lying.
I came
So
across
he was
again. I
intentionally
wasn't even
lying to you.
I wasn't even like I didn't really like he seemed nice enough, but I wasn't like, oh, I'm really pressed to talk to him. Like if he reached out, cool.
Well,
Like
I mean,
wait,
I can agree
hold on.
with her.
Let me just finish real let me just
Okay,
finish real
good.
quick. So it was not because I was like trying to investigate him. I was literally on Facebook and I saw the people you may know section. And like I said, when you add numbers to your phone, if it's somebody that like somehow you might have a connection to, you might have mutual friends, it'll show up there. So I was like, I think that's his last name. And I looked at the picture, I'm like, yeah, that looks like him. So I just was looking at the pictures and then I see that he's married and like recent pictures posted. I was like, but why though? So
So did you say why to him, or did you just say why to
no,
yourself?
No,
I said
I do
why.
agree.
I said why
I
to
do agree with her there,
myself.
though.
I said why to myself. He texted me earlier that day, and my response was like again, why? But why was that even necessary? And I blocked him. Like I'm not.
I do agree with it there. Like you can't really account. And I'm a man. I ain't trying to hate on men, but like we do go the extra mile to try to get some pussy. So like
But
I will not take that from her at
like,
all. I will not. I will not.
not
So
like if you're
I feel where she's coming from.
if you're meeting somebody, it's like I mean, you off the back, you're not thinking that he's gonna lie.
Yeah. No, I
Spend
agree with
time
her. I
he's
agree with
never
her.
said it.
Why
And if
wouldn't
he
we
does,
think that?
that's where she blocked him. Like, okay, I don't want to get to know you in
Yeah.
any capacity. So
I think women know that off rip.
Yeah,
And I
but
think you definitely
that he was
have to have
happy.
the. I think you definitely have to have a lot of intuition to know. And definitely in 2024, just ideally, men are not biblical. They're not. Most of them are not
don't do
spiritual.
that. Wait.
Some of them
Don't
are
do that.
very.
Don't do that. Don't do
No,
that.
no, I'm
Wait.
not
Don't do
bashing.
that.
I
Don't do
said
that. Don't do
I'm
that.
not
Not
bashing.
all of it. Some of us are biblical. Don't do that. Don't
No,
do
I'm
that.
not. It's not a bash, but let me finish. It's not a bash, but I'm saying we as women have been given intuition. So my thing is, you know what a man is after when he comes at you, because we know men. One, if you go to the biblical, they're hunters, they're chasers. They will come after you. They are seeking you. The Bible even says, "He who finds." So it is the man
No,
intent to
that's
come
true.
after
That's true.
you in a
That's
certain
true. That's
mannerism.
true.
So when he
That's true.
comes,
I
you
agree.
have to have the discernment to say, okay, what is it and actually his motive? And let's be clear, if you just know how men think on a physical standpoint, it's automatically sex off rip. And they will lie to get it. They will cheat to get it. Some of the men just have those characteristics that is what they're doing to get it.
No, but the thing is, I'm not disputing that. By the way, I didn't assume that any man I encounter is just trying to sleep with me. I don't assume that every
Oh,
single
girl.
man that crosses my path. I don't assume that because I can meet them in a whole host of different contexts. If he's giving me energy like he's attracted to me or he's interested in me, of course I would assume that. That does not mean that's where it's going to go, but I literally like this was I think this was on Tuesday. Yeah, this was on Tuesday that I met him. Monday, Tuesday.
And you got
And
a call Tuesday night.
no,
So
no,
that lets you
Yeah,
know.
he called
she got
10
called
minutes later
Tuesday
after
afternoon.
he called
She
me
got
like
called
10
Tuesday
minutes
afternoon.
later.
So then that lets you know his intent. I mean, if it moves that
But
quick,
here's the point that you're missing. He went out of his way to tell me he was single, which is the whole point I'm making. That is an egregious lie when you are married. And this nigga said, I have been single for 10
But
years. He
okay,
volunteered that information that we were talking about like dating or whatever. He said he's single. I didn't say, hey, are you married? And then he was like, well, I mean, I'm separated. No, he was like adamant that he was single. So he lied to me. And to me, that's an egregious lie. Married men approach me a lot, and some of them will tell me that they're married. Or if it's on social media, I can see, you know what I mean? But like, if you're lying about that situation, you're manipulating, you're not giving me all the information, you're not allowing me to make a decision and a choice. So it's not me like knowing information and then still willfully choosing to deal with somebody when I know what time it is. It's me being misled about the situation. And then when I find out, now I make a different choice. So in that case, I didn't do anything wrong. But I understand what you're saying, though,
yeah, I don't think
genuinely.
you did anything wrong either. Once you find out he married, due diligence, block. I'm done with it. But I think a little bit of it is just don't be. I would say you are very beautiful. Clearly, just
Thank you.
don't be naive. Like we know when we are very attractive women, that is what they're after. That is what they're seeking. I don't give a damn if you're in the room with 5 CEOs and they make millions versus if you go down the street and you end up in the projects. We know what the intent is when you are very clearly are an attractive woman. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so then what would you consider like the point of the live was like most people will say, they want people to be honest with them, right? But we all lie, and I definitely think that there are levels in different ways, like you said, lies of omission or whatever, or we tell little white lies. So when do you feel like it's okay to not be honest with somebody versus like a situation like I described, which to me is an egregious type of lie?
So he
I
wants some ice cream from what's the joint called? Insomnia Cookies. And you don't feel like leaving the house. That's when it's cool to. That's when it's cool to lie.
What are you gonna
I
say?
don't, and I was gonna say I don't think it's cool to lie at all. I mean, at the age that some of us are at now, what you lying for? We don't have time for that. Life is the time is the biggest currency we out here spending. I'm not lying to you at all, nigga. I don't like you. Don't call me. Don't be in my phone. It's a point blank period. Like if you don't at a
When you
certain age,
but
it shouldn't be
what
a
about
white
what
lie,
about when
Let,
you
let her
but
finish.
lie.
listen.
Let her finish.
Okay.
Let her finish.
It's no lies. At a sir, you too old. You need to just make up your mind and be very intentional with every decision and every move you're doing. And if you're not that person, then you're not a very mature person, and you should be exiting stage left and going to sit on your corner somewhere and figure yourself out. You shouldn't
So
be
hold
on the
So
on.
wait.
dating scene at
Hold
all.
on.
Okay.
So
So what about when you do like somebody and you don't feel like doing something
a
though?
minute. It's not lying is not just about in a romantic relationship. There's other situations in which you might not be truthful. Like
Exactly.
if somebody invites you somewhere you don't feel like going. If somebody
It's
that's close
valid.
to you that's important
Well,
to
why
you,
I say
My
it?
my
Why
real
you
my
not
don't
tell
I don't
realtor
that
feel
my
like
person I
going.
don't
realtor
feel like going?
my
Why lie and say, oh, I'm
my
in my
real
bed
my
after
realtor
dog
Hold
my
days?
on.
realtor.
Let her finish. If
Okay.
it's something that's important to you, like or rather it's an important thing to your friend, right? And let's say if you agree to go already, and then when the time comes to do it, you just don't
I
feel
don't
like
feel
it. That's what you gonna
like it.
say?
I'm gonna tell her ass I don't feel like it. I'm not. I'm an Aquarius, so
Oh,
maybe my personality is a
okay.
bit
Never
bold.
mind. Now I
So,
And,
know.
and
I'm
yeah,
a,
I'm gonna
I'm a
come out with
I'm
it.
a
I didn't
Scorpio.
feel like
I'm a
going, bitch.
Scorpio.
I wasn't going. I ain't getting out my bed. I'm sorry. I'll make it up. Take you out to dinner later, whatever. And then I'm a nurse, so a lot of me being in my field, I just don't have the innate filter to be playing with you in your life. And I'm telling you, this is going on. I'm just a keep it real type person. Don't
Yeah.
care what it is. And if it's something wrong with your emotions after I told you the truth, then you go sit over there and learn how to deal with your own shit on the corner after you unheard what I told you.
Mom, we're talking about that though.
My
Okay.
real my
Hold on.
realtor.
Somebody's too close to their device because I hear feedback. Yeah, it might be you. Or like you got to turn down the volume or something. I don't know who. Oh, is it you? Um. Oh
I
my
don't
God,
think it's
is you
me.
Wayne? It might be Wayne because I think he had on headphones before. Okay, Wayne,
Is
what were
it
you gonna
me?
say?
I said my relative in New York over the weekend with a friend of hers, and she didn't want to, so she told him that she lost her debit card, and I wasn't mad at her about that at all.
That's petty. It's petty.
I
She
don't,
lied.
I don't know. I don't, like I
That shit
said,
is
I,
petty.
my,
Sometimes I wasn't mad at her about it. I'm not necessarily going to do that, but I wasn't mad at her for giving that 1-2 to him about what she wanted to
But
do.
then you gotta ask her. I mean, it'll be a real interesting conversation to me when if you were to ask her what was the innate purpose of that. I mean, when you're grown as shit. So if you don't feel like doing something, just I'm not doing it. What is wrong with people being very authentic and true to themselves? Fuck trying to be true to all these other
okay.
people. What's wrong with
See,
I
you
mean, I'm
being
not,
true
it's
to
cause,
yourself?
but listen to me.
it's
Wait, listen to me for a second. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm not going to knock somebody else for feeling like they got to do what they need to do to get out of a situation. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to do that, but I wasn't like looking at her like, yo, you wrong for telling them that. That's what she felt like she needed to do, so I respected it at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I
and
have a
that's
real quick
why
question.
she can be looked at as a
I
liar and be
have a real quick question
characterized.
for you. I have a real quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
If you meet somebody, right? Like let's say in a situation that I described and you really weren't interested in him, right? But or you're out like, wherever you might hang out and you meet a man, he's real aggressive and you feel like you could potentially be in a dangerous situation. Like if you don't give him your
Here you
number,
go.
he might do harm to you. Are you gonna say,
Are you going to lie
I'm
to
not
her?
interested in you, get out of my face, or however you're gonna say it, blunt and direct
Great
and all of that? You're gonna do that in
question.
that man's face?
I'm
You
Great
gonna
gonna
be
say that?
blunt
question.
and direct and tell his ass to get out of my face.
And get shot?
Absolutely.
And get shot? You want
You
shot?
if he that crazy, first off, I wouldn't be in a atmosphere where it's just that absolute crazy.
You
And
don't,
number two,
but you don't know that though.
I'm a nurse that works in hospitals. I do labor and delivery. I do nurse management. I also do correctional nursing. I'm
Okay.
not a nurse that don't carry my own pistol. So if he gonna be that crazy, we gonna be that goddamn crazy together. So which one of us gonna meet Jesus first? Cause that's what we gonna do. I'm one of them bitches.
I
I
like
Yeah,
I
tell you
like
straight
it
I
up.
love
here. I
her.
like it.
I love her. I love her, yo. I can't. I
Oh,
love her ass.
I
that's good
carry
to
my
hear.
pistol, baby. I carry. Look, my room is like super huge. But kid you not, you see this nightstand?
There's a pistol in there. You got a pistol in there
Baby,
too.
she right here. Locked and loaded. And look, red mean dead. God damn it. Red, you finna die. That's the unsafe button, honey. I don't play with mine. I carry it.
She don't play with
We don't,
It
nothing.
come with
we
me.
don't turn
Just
down for
like
nothing.
this.
This
In the
is turning into
case.
riding out all
And
day.
All
I'm
right,
a
so
bitch
We don't
that
turn
do
down.
like
We
that
don't turn
too.
down for
Say
nothing.
it again.
I'm right here walking wherever I'm going.
okay. Ah,
Look,
So
okay, she
if
I ain't
he
mad
that
at
talking
damn
you.
like
crazy,
she
we gonna
talking.
be crazy together. So which one of us wanna meet Jesus first?
Ooh,
That's
ooh.
all I'm asking his
So
ass.
wait, y'all ready for two truths and a lie? What we doing?
No, 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 no.
We
Because
don't. I think we covered all
yeah,
that.
we late now, so it's we late. We'll have to
But
come back with Quaaludes.
that was sweet.
He gonna meet his maker. He gonna damn sure know that this hoe is crazy. Now most men will meet crazy women and be like, hell no, I don't need that'll just turn them off anyway. So he gonna know that I ain't that one that you gonna even know.
So
You
you
gonna
give
hear
him a
me say,
face like,
get the fuck out my way and move. So serious.
But hold on. But some men, I mean, I see dudes talk about how crazy women got the best cooch, so they might get turned on by that. So he might
I'm
want
gonna
to
be.
keep
I
going.
have had it all. I have had the ones that's been absolutely crazy, been absolutely insisting on chasing and coming. But no, you just know how to deal with some of them. Like for real, I'm gonna shoot your ass if you come really stupid. You
Wait,
ain't
where are
getting
you
to my house. I,
that
I barely
Yeah, where you
sometimes
from?
carry my
Where
pistol
you
because I
from?
think I'm that short fused. So I'm like I got two of them. I got one here, one in the car. I got two cars, so I switch the car ones depending on what car I drive.
all right,
But
don't not tell
it's definitely
everybody.
I
there. I'm
need a
always
friend.
have me one on me. So they ain't that damn crazy because one of us gonna meet Jesus first. And since I know who he is, I'm okay if I had to go, but nigga, I'm a damn sure fight, and you gonna probably go before I do.
Wait, where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
That's figures.
What's wrong with
See,
you?
we can't.
That's
I
figures.
can't. That's not an option where I live. So,
My
so
dad was in Philly. I didn't hear y'all talk about
no.
Philly. My
Well,
dad is.
I actually live in Jersey, but nah, it's
Um,
not. That's not an option where I live unless you
well,
like,
yeah,
unless you work in the
Georgia is
I'm
one of
outside of
them.
Philly.
We still
I
a
live on the
little.
main line.
Yeah,
I'm not with all of that gun shit no more. No.
yeah, but she mean down here we all about it. They said you got a right to bear arms. Your ass will get shot. You bring your ass knocking on folks' doors, doorbell ringing. Yeah, baby, we got something for you. This leg will hit.
Okay.
So
Yikes.
I'm
I'm not
sorry.
mad
I
at
tell
I'm
them
not
no in
mad
a
at you.
heartbeat because I don't want to lead you on. I don't want to play with you. I'm not interested, and that be the end of it. What I don't like is when you tell a man that you're not interested in they chase, but then at that point, that be they dumb ass. You ain't gonna get no phone conversation. You ain't gonna get no response. Then you get all this crazy crap about why you ain't responding to me, nigga, because I'm not interested. I done told you that. It's a done deal.
Oh, see, but I don't want to go back and forth with you. Blocked.
Yeah,
Now you're
you do
blocked.
that.
Simple.
I don't
Block.
do the block thing. I probably should, but I actually
I'm the
don't
block
block
queen.
because I just feel like if I don't want to talk to you, I'm not gonna talk to you.
The block
And
is
that's just
hot.
me.
Blocked. Anyway,
I ain't
so
blocking. I'm not
on that
blocking
note,
nobody ever.
hold on.
I hear people say they're not gonna block people,
I'm
but
not
I
blocking
just don't see a
anybody.
number come up on my phone. I don't even want to.
You're not block. You're not. I'm not blocking anybody. I'm just not gonna answer the phone. I'm not blocking anything.
Wait. Hold on. All
It's a
right,
whole
because
nother. This
I'm a
a whole
rap.
nother.
It's
I'm a
a
rap. I'm a
whole
wrap
other
real quick.
conversation, but I'm not blocking anything. Fuck
I'm
Hold
that.
block.
on.
For what?
I am wrapping
I'm
up.
blocking too.
Okay. Okay.
She said she wrapping up.
Let's
So
wrap it up.
okay, a final thought from each of you before I sign off.
Okay, y'all want me to go first because I'm
Yeah,
crazy.
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Good.
final thought for the
Get your
world
crazy
that's
fucking
Well,
ass.
you gotta let her talk because if you're both talking at the same time, it like you cancel each other out. So go ahead.
final thought since we were talking about truth and lies.
Okay.
Y'all motherfuckers too grown to be lying.
Okay.
Start telling
I
folks the
respect it.
truth. Be intentional with how you choose your day, cause hours are short and God is coming. So hey, stop wasting time. That's
Yeah.
my final
Okay.
thought.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Tanya.
My final
Pardon,
thought
Carol,
is
sister. Sorry, I didn't mean to
no.
say
You
your
can
dumb
give
name.
Tommy.
Go ahead.
Yes, I agree. I agree with my sister from Atlanta. I don't have the time or the patience for the lies. I don't. I understand, like we agreed earlier, certain things you do, you just like, I'm gonna just go ahead and get you out my face or whatever. But not if you're somebody that wants to be in my company or whatever. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
I feel that. I absolutely feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Sir Wayne,
Life is
big Wayne,
about
not the little
balance,
one.
not the
Go
little
ahead.
one. Li- Life is about balance. God didn't make light without dark, day without night, truth without lie. So I feel like everything has a place. Everybody has a place. Do what you do. Lies have been lies since the beginning of time, and they're gonna be lies past this. Just because y'all feel like people not gonna lie, don't mean they're gonna stop.
No,
So like, I I appreciate it for a part of life. That's just what it is. I'm not saying I don't want to be lied to, but like I feel like I'm gonna be lied to. So it is what it is. I respect it to be what it is, and that's that.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I'm saying.
what's your
So
thought?
Sound like you accept lies
I,
though.
I, I mean, I do. Like, I'm sure I've been lied to a lot. I'm sure. I'm 44. I probably live till I'm like 90, 95, and I'm sure I'm gonna be lied to a lot more in my lifetime. So I expect it as balance. It is what it is. I don't feel
I
no type of way about it.
I expect it, but I'm like again, my thing is if they are there's levels, right? And there's certain things that I can't accept. So
Right.
play with somebody else.
Yeah, they say go play with your mama, don't play with me.
Exactly
You
what you said.
are funny as heck.
Well, I ain't gonna play with my mama, so I ain't gonna play with you either. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a liar. No more. I'm a Scorpio, so I've been a liar, but like I'm not. I don't give a fuck what nobody think about anything I'm doing. So I'm not lying at this point in my life. But like still expect to get lied to because I understand people are liars. Like I have a daughter. She's 16. I expect her to lie to me. Like I
That's a
get it.
child. The Bible talks about child in the
No
foolishness
doubt.
of a child.
But it's
I
still a lie. But it's still a lie.
It's
But it's still a lie.
expected from them, not no grown folks.
I mean, grown folk, but every grown folk ain't created equal. So
Wait a
like
minute.
some grown
I
folks still
told y'all the
gonna
final thought.
I'm sorry. It's the
lie.
debate in it's the debate in me, goddamn it, because I'm just
You oh
like
you,
that. We
you say
gotta
you an Aquarius. I listen. I already know. I completely get it. I
apples. The
understand.
apples, oranges. The oranges make it make
my
sense. We know what the
daughter's
19-year-old, the
my daughter's
16 year
mom
old
is an
tell my
Aquarius.
8-year-old lie to
I
me
can't
about
stand
stealing honey buns.
I can't
Like we know that's
stand
gonna be
my
true for them.
daughter mom and my mom in Aquarius. I love my mom, but I can't stand my daughter mom, so I get it.
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh,
You
oh
Scorpio?
Lord, I rebuke
Woo!
all of
You a
y'all. Anyway,
liar. You a liar. You a liar.
hold on. All right, all right, all right.
Bye.
I get you
Okay,
some high
you
school
can
later.
see yourselves out before I
See
make my
y'all later.
final thought.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for
you. Thank
joining.
you for
For
having
sure.
me on.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining. Please do me a favor, put your IG name in the chat because when I repost it, I'm gonna make sure I tag you.
And,
Oh shit.
and,
I'm
and,
being some drama.
and Becky Brown, get prepared to be on Riding Out all day.
Okay, just let me know what we talking about.
There I
Absolutely. I
go.
got you.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you. Okay, sir. Oh, he's gone already. Um, okay. So yeah, that was extended longer than I anticipated. Hey, party, are you still on here? You want to join? Don't be tardy for the party. You can join at the end. Do you have anything to say on truth and lies, real quick, before I wrap this up? Anyway, I appreciate y'all joining. I hope you're out here being honest as much as possible. I think China Doll is probably the exception and not the rule because most people might not be 100% truthful, right? I think it's just human nature, but shout out to you, China Doll, for giving giving the 100% truth. And hey, I don't see him on here. Hey, Aston. Um, anyone else? Nope. All right. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Honesty is the best policy most of the time. Uh, yeah, be your most authentic self, right? And you might be able to tell a little half truth sometime here and there for good measure, but mostly tell the truth, right? It's easier to keep up, right, when you're being your authentic self. Anyway, all right. So good night, y'all. Appreciate you for joining, and I will see you next Wednesday. These two fingers.